Hi everyone, welcome to Glowing Secrets, powered by Glow. A smile. They say a smile is the best curve on a woman's body. Well, my guest today is not only known for her talent, her versatility, but her beautiful smile and her dimples. Well, she doesn't need an introduction because her name alone is a self-introduction. Sangeetha, welcome to my show.
Thank you, Rozanne. Thank you for having me.
Lovely. Sangeetha, it's all about beauty. This show is all about beauty.
Yes.
And that's why I'm having you here to talk about beauty. Tell me, what do you think about beauty?
Beauty, I see it in many ways. Beauty in a person or a woman. They say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, but I say it comes from who you are than what you look like. So to me, beauty is within.
Of course, that's so touching because many people think beauty is this outward thing that we portray, but actually beauty comes from within, right?
Yeah. And I think, see, some people are really maybe very fair in skin and have beautiful eyes. They're not happy people. They're not people who have any empathy towards anyone else.
They're cool.
And you could see it from their eyes. You could see it from, I could sense it. I could see a lot of people, but I could see real beauty and I could sense it. So for me, beauty is something that is within you. It's who you are, not what you are.
That's nice. You have been in the industry for many years and still you are just in the top, not giving the youngsters also a good run. So how do you maintain this? How do you, because when you say your name, Sangeetha Weeraratne, we just have this picture, a beautiful picture. So how do you maintain this?
Rozanne, it's been 30 years since I got into the industry. So got into it at a very young age. I was only 16 years old. But I never considered myself beautiful. I never considered myself a pretty face as for a cinema. Because my dream actress was Marlene Fonseca, and to me she was like the most beautiful person. So in comparison to most of the girls who are in the industry and actresses, I never thought of myself as pretty. So it was always talent that I was after. It was always I work hard to do the character well, and I became so happy doing that. I think the pretty part
beauty
came
was
late.
just a perk, I think, from your work.
Yeah, I think the pretty part came because I was happy. I was happy doing my work. I was happy being me, and that's what made me confident and perhaps beautiful in the eyes of many people. To me, Aishwarya Rai is beautiful. That's beautiful, but I can't kind of sink myself into that. But I'm very confident of who I am and what I've achieved and what I've done. I'm very happy with myself.
Yes, now I see a lot of people are not content with what they look like. So they go and change various things, do like surgeries and these injections and changing the color, the hair, various things. But I have not seen you do any of that. So it's all natural beauty.
Yeah.
Do you have any secret of maintenance?
Beauty is not something you can maintain. Figure, yes, but not that I'm doing anything much about that. But beauty, like I said, because I don't believe, you can fix a crooked nose or maybe, do your chin and do eyelifts and curves and do all of that. I don't think that's you. Of course, in this ever-changing world, now everybody does plastic surgery to make themselves look pretty.
Even at a very young age.
Yeah, beauty pageants are the main key for that. But to me, because like I said, beauty was not a part of what I wanted. I was focused on being a good actress. I was focused on doing something that made me happy. So everything else was just something that I got.
Place, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't really agree on, changing. If God gave you wavy hair, just keep your wavy hair. If you wanna have a different look, then just do it for the day. Don't kind of ruin your look. But then, I mean, it's also okay if you want to.
It's a personal choice.
Yeah, it's a personal choice. I just don't do it.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned a veteran actress, Malini Fonseca. So, since the time you joined, when she was like the Nili Regina, I mean, she still is, but at that time it was her peak. And when you look at actresses today, do you see, of course there is a difference, but what's the difference you see? I mean, is it how they handle themselves, or?
It's a more competitive world right now. I really can't blame the youngsters for doing what they do, because it's not easy to, and because it's, you're basically on the phone right now. You can you have access right in your hand, and if you're not up there doing your thing, you can get neglected. But I still believe that there's not enough hard work. See, if you're really working hard and not focusing on just being popular or in demand, but you concentrate on your work, the work will talk for you. But I see the youngsters, most of them don't have the patience.
Yeah.
They want to be popular really soon. They want to come out there and just do it and just be, known the very next day. And, they count themselves with the likes they've got on, Instagram or Facebook or whatever. And that's how they kind of gauge themselves. And I don't think that's really
the correct way to do it.
The correct way to do it, because people it takes one like, just a press. But for somebody to actually spend their money, go to a theater, allocate time, and say, okay, I want to watch her movie, would require
a lot of effort.
Yes. Yeah. So for that, you need to work hard. So just because you got X amount of likes on, whatever, does not mean you've got
most
it.
Popular person.
No, it's not just. It's just saying, understand that you need to work hard to be. If you want to be an actress, a cinema actress, then you got to work hard to be that.
It's not only looks. It's a lot of hard work.
And patience. You're not going to get it overnight. You're not. I started acting in 1990. My first movie came out in 1993. For 3 years.
Had to wait.
I had to wait. So I was working. I was known for my work because from the time I got into the industry, by word of mouth, people started talking of my work. I mean, I was privileged enough to work with people like Mr. Malini Fonseca, Mr. Vasanto Besekre, H.T. Weeraratne. They were top class directors. I worked with Dr. Pires and Mrs. Pires. So word of mouth, they spoke about my performance, and word of mouth got into that. Okay, there's a new actress and she's good. So I continued to get work, but nobody knew me. Yeah. I mean, I was working on Satya Kanya. I remember me and Kamal, and they roped off the location. There were so many people coming to watch filming,
and everyone was after Kamal.
And so me and Kamal, we was like seated and talking, and then they allowed a bunch of youngsters to come and take autographs. And they took my autograph, and then they were like, "Aki mokaddu wage nama?" Kamal was like, "They took your autograph. They don't even know who you are." I was bullied the entire shoot, but that was the truth, because even though I was working, nobody really knew me. For people to love me, it took time because my work spoke for me.
Yeah, I think Satya Kanya was a unique film because you had this raw, natural beauty in it, and even I remember watching it several times because it was something that we could have related to. It was not like a plastic girl who was in the role. You were actually in that role. So
I think also the director wanted a very fresh face, and also the way he portrayed me, it kind of matched, the character matched who I was as well. So I was lucky
at
there.
that point of time. Lovely. Let's talk about the beauty pageants you do, because I think it's more relevant to today's work that you do.
Yeah.
You mentor so many girls, give them a correct career path. So, what is your take on beauty pageants? I mean, there are a lot of things that, a lot of hard work that goes into it, but people don't realize that.
Yes. So it was me and Shireen, and we were doing events, and we wanted to do something that would recognize, that the world would recognize us as a country and bring pride to our motherland. We want to do something that involved something like that, you know. So looking around, we got the opportunity to do the Miss Universe. That was back in 2012. And we were looking at it, and then we thought, yeah, why not? Because there's so many beautiful girls out there, and you're one of them. And why not that we try to do something solid, you know, try to do a pageant the way it should be done, give them an opportunity to represent Sri Lanka at that level, and bring, you know, hopefully we'll get someone to win the crown. So that was where we started off, and that year we sent Sabrina for Miss Universe, and we sent Madhusha for Miss International. Madhusha was placed the second runner-up at the international pageant. Sabrina had several other mini titles. She was in the final 10, final 15, like that. After that, from 2013, we started doing the Miss World pageant, Miss World Sri Lanka, and we really started getting into it. The main focus behind it is trying to train the girl to face the 1 month she's at the international pageant and whatever competition she's facing there. So we worked hard. I got a very good team together, and I think I have one of the best teams this country would have, putting everything together and training these girls. Of course, once we finish all of that and we choose a Miss Sri Lanka, then we hand her over to the franchise owner, which is Ceylon Tours, and after that it's their baby basically. But we try our best to make sure that the girl is trained well. She knows what she's going to face when she goes to an international pageant. But Rozanne, it's not easy, you know. I mean, there are lots of pretty girls who don't have the monetary background to fund themselves into something like this. We can do a pageant, but funding them to do and to go for the international pageant is pretty huge. So that's where right now, you know, we are struggling we're struggling to overcome that problem as well. But it's not easy in Sri Lanka and its situation. It's really not easy.
What do you think makes a good Miss Sri Lanka? What are the qualities or attributes?
It's purely the personality. It's the ability to conduct yourself, carry yourself, and, you know, make people aware of who you are and what you represent. I remember what you did, you know, way back. I came to watch you at the Miss Universe pageant, and, you know, you did not just take what Miss Universe and the choreographers did for Sri Lanka. They, you know, they put you somewhere else, but you made sure you got out there, you showed yourself, and we were so thrilled to see you out there on the stage. No, but that's you pushing yourself to, you know, it's not just you, it's your country. You're called Sri Lanka, you're not called Rozanne.
I remember when I was looking out from the stage, I couldn't see any one of you. There were 40 of you all, 40 odd people who came to see me. And I couldn't see all because I was at the back. They placed me at the back, like Sri Lanka, back. Go to the back.
Yeah.
So then during the actual choreography, I danced my way to the front line.
I remember, and
I could see y'all with all the Sri Lankan flags. They were going, yeah.
I was so happy
such a happy moment.
Yeah. So, but this is that instinct, that that need to know when you need to push yourself forward and go forward.
I mean, that has to come from within. No, you cannot train.
I can't train that to somebody, but I always tell every girl, every competition, I tell them what you did, because I need them to understand how important it is for them to push themselves forward. But sometimes I've heard that girls have gone and whatever they say here, they've not gone in for the sports competition, they have not gone in for training, and okay, Sri Lanka never turned up for this, Sri Lanka never, I mean, we get a feedback. I try to get a feedback, and I know some girls have really worked hard, some girls are just enjoyed the tour, more or less.
Yeah, they just go for a holiday.
Yeah, you can't really, you can't do that.
So do you think someday Sri Lanka can grab that crown?
If we can financially upgrade ourselves a lot more, we can, because our girls are pretty, but they need a lot more to present themselves for them, even for them to feel confident, because they go there and they have 2 suitcases, while India or they're just walking with their 7 or 10 suitcases,
entourage.
Yeah, with their own people coming in, and their managers and their TV crews and everybody following up. We can't afford all of that, but let's hope we can make a girl
match up to something at least.
Make a girl go up there and show who she is and what Sri Lanka is.
Yeah, of course. I'm also waiting for that day. Well, you're a loving mother. I've seen your daughter growing up now. She's a young girl, and as mother and daughter, you all do things together. Beauty-wise, I mean, your daughter must be asking questions. Can I do this? I also have that issue now. So, to the youngsters, what kind of advice can you give beauty-wise, like how to maintain and how to keep up with the modern challenges also?
Yeah, but I train my daughter to do the more difficult ones, or the aesthetic things I do. Like, I believe in applying kirikaha, like saffron with milk, and
all home remedies.
All home remedies. Then I think once a week you should have a huge glass of Venivalgata and Kottamalli. It's cleansing,
Detox,
things like that. And I tell her, if you want to look pretty, try to do things that would actually affect your. So
nothing artificial.
Nothing artificial. So she also goes, she tries to. She's telling me, Mama, there's something called rice water. You heard?
Oh, they Google stuff.
Yeah, they Google stuff and say, okay, to get more fluffy hair, you need to do this. And I also just look into all of that. I never discourage her from
finding new stuff,
finding new things, or wanting to look pretty. I never tell her, you're just a kid, you don't need to. I never do that, because I believe at no age should you discourage somebody who wants to look pretty to look pretty. Yeah, because just because you're 8 years old, but if you want to look pretty, let the girl look pretty. Okay, but not artificially, not to use makeup or not to use things.
Not above her age.
Not above her age, but it's like try to do things that she knows. I tell her, okay, if you want to have good skin, you need to do this milk. Apply milk and saffron. You need to cleanse. You need to scrub with kokumputu and Venivalgata and orange peel.
So you're more of a traditional person.
Yes, but that's what worked for me. Because without any harm, without any kind of illnesses, without any kind of any problems, I was always helped by just nature's given ingredients to enhance your beauty or your wellness.
Yeah.
Right? So
food-wise, do you have any?
That's like my worst, Rozanne. It's a known fact that I have a thing
sweet
to chocolate.
Tooth?
Yeah, I have a sweet tooth, and that's like my biggest weakness. But these days, I'm controlling that really well.
But you are blessed. You've got a beautiful face that doesn't put on weight.
Oh, so this is put on weight. But I say, okay, I'm given one sin. That's okay, right? I'm allowed. But it's not really. I'm trying to control it now, because now I think I need to focus more on not just putting on weight but also being healthy.
Yeah, that's
right?
important.
So that's the most important thing. So because of that, I'm now controlling my food and everything else. Because when you, I mean, life changes, right? I mean, when you
Stages.
become 30, there's certain stages in your life. When you become 40, and you know, I would be 50 in another 4 years, and I need to be, my body changes with that. Everything changes with that. So you need to prepare yourself
And be aware. I mean,
yeah, but also accept the fact that when you go to a certain age, what you need to look is good at your age.
Yeah, true.
You don't need to look 20. I was happy when I was 20. I was happy when I was 30. I don't need to go back to those ages.
Yes.
Right. I just need to look good in my age. That's it.
How true. I also think the same way, because a lot of people ask me, why can't you look like what you looked when you were 28 or 26 when you represented Sri Lanka? I'm like, that's not my era anymore.
Yeah.
This is what I am now. So I think it was a very valuable conversation. Thank you so much for coming on my show. I think
Sure thing.
people would love to hear what made Sangeetha Sangeetha. So thank you so much for being on my show.
Thank you, Rozanne, for having me, and it was lovely to have a chat with you, as
Same.
always.
Glowing Secrets will be back with another celebrity unveiling their secrets. So see you soon.